Hey, it's me, Kelly. I'm having one of those moments where you like look at yourself too long, too hard, and you start having an existential crisis. So I better just get right into it. Yeah. So, okay, get you a drink, get you a snack. I always have a drink when I'm filming, and you should too. Today it's non-alcoholic, pineapple coconut water thing from Walmart. These are so good. And there's the most satisfying sound in the world. I go back to school tomorrow and I am so fucking nervous. I'm so nervous. I'm like, I don't even want to film this video. Like, I want to film it, but I'm like, I'm so nervous. But it's probably good to get my mind off of things. I'm nervous because I work at a school, and I'm like a para, and it's new teachers, so I'm like really scared because sometimes they're mean. Teachers and like higher ups at schools, like the principals, well, principals are usually nice, but like the teachers and like the like counselors even can sometimes be like mean or rude to support staff. So this is like a new school, a new like classroom that I'm in, so I'm like really fucking scared. But yeah, she texted me and said she's happy to meet me, so yeah. I'm just scared. I don't know what I'm doing. They don't give you a single bit of information before you step foot in the school. So I'm gonna step foot in the school. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I get there, but yeah, it's so nerve-wracking. Yeah, so that's what's going on with me. Let's talk about these characters here. So basically they're like at home getting ready for the wedding that's coming up, and they decided to do it at like their house. I am still not convinced that's Bilal's actual house, just because it looks like a model home. And we know how he operates. This man is deceitful, so who knows where he actually lives, but they're doing a wedding there. I can't imagine him actually having people over to his actual house, you know what I'm saying? So, their house, and he's hanging out with his daughter, and like she's watching TikToks, and he's like, I want to make a TikTok, and I'm like, I don't want to see this man tick or talk. Get him out of here. And then he's like asking her, how do you feel about like us getting married and everything? And she's like, well, if you're happy, I am happy. I'm like, bitch, how much did he pay you to say that? So then Shida's like, well, his mom made me feel better about the prenup because she gaslighted her. And they're looking at the dress that Bilal's sister had made, and she shows it to her. She's a fashion designer, and it's ugly, and Shida's like, this isn't what I wanted, like blah blah blah, looks like a grandma will wear it. And then the sister's like, hold on, I'm gonna go get the veil, like whatever, and she pulls out like the actual dress she was supposed to wear, and she's like, ha ha ha, oh my god, that's so funny. This family loves terrorizing her for absolutely no reason. So unprovoked. Let's just make her go through it for no reason. Oh my god, that was like not okay. Like, they need to stop fucking playing these like pranks, like mind games and all that shit. Like one time my mom, this was on Christmas, and I had like asked for like Beats headphones. Like, I'm so excited, I'm gonna get Beats headphones, and you know it comes in like the little like square box. And so she like hands me like the box or whatever, and she's like, you know what it is, you know what it is, like blah blah. And then I open it, and it's literally like, it's this light I use to like film. Oh my god, yeah, I sit by the trash, whatever. This little light. And anyways, I was like going through it in my head because I'm like, oh my god, that's not what I wanted. And I was like, it's useful, but it's like definitely like $15 at like TJ Maxx or some shit. And I was just like spiraling in my head. I'm like, she knew that I had wanted the headphones. But I mean, I was telling myself, I'm like, it's okay, you can buy your own headphones, like whatever. Don't be ungrateful, don't be ungrateful. But yeah, I was like spiraling, and then she's like, ha ha ha, this is them, I got these for you. I'm like, bitch, why did you make me go through that? It was a lot, because in your head, you don't want to be ungrateful. And if you feel like a little bit like, well, at least for me, because I have a conscience, a little bit like, that's not what I wanted, like a freaking brat, then you get mad at yourself for it. I don't know. So I definitely know what Shida was going through in that moment. But yeah, it sucks. It's like, bitch, why did you do this to me? Why did you put me through it? Yeah, it seems like silly or whatever, but when you expect one thing and someone like blindsides you with something you don't want, it's like, oh, what do I thanks. Her sister's coming to town for the wedding. They're her only family members who can come because the borders are closed. So her other family couldn't come, but her sisters could because they go to study in New York. So that's cool. Her sisters seem cool. And they're talking about how they don't like American men. And I was like, girl, you're not wrong. And they said that they're going to play Gold Digger by Kanye West when she signs the prenup or whatever. And they're going to stretch this prenup thing on longer to one more episode because they're going to be in the next episode. Other people got married in this episode, so we're done with them, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But they're gonna be in the next episode, and they're gonna stretch the prenup thing on even longer. Since day one, we've been talking about this damn prenup, and I quite frankly don't give a flying fuck about the prenup, but okay. So they're gonna stretch it on even longer because she's like, I didn't really read it, I don't like reading. I'm like, you don't like reading? Like, girl, this is literally a legally binding document that you've been crying and carrying on about. Like, out of here with that fuckery, bitch. What is this? So that's Bilal and Shida from this week. They will be in the next episode, which I think is the finale. So, can't wait. Next. Alright, so Ariella and Binium, for possibly the last time, because they get married in this episode, and like that's kind of it for 90 Day Fiance. Like once they get married, that's it. They might be unhappily ever after, but no one really likes them. But the cast for Happily Ever came out, and nobody likes those people. So it's like, why are they here? And we can talk more about that later, but why are they here? Doesn't make sense. But Ari and Binium, it's their wedding, and Bini is cutting Ari's dad's hair. This man can do everything. He can DJ, he can MMA fight, he can cut hair, he can sew, he can literally do everything, and like honestly goals. But he's so cute, and then the dad's like, what do I have to tip you? And he's like, you can tip me with a hug. I was like, oh my god. Girl, I'll take him. I'll take him. Yeah, and then basically they just have the wedding. It seemed cool. They did a Jewish wedding because Ariella is Jewish, and they had Abby like baptized, and she didn't really want that. So it was like a compromise with them. And I do like how they bring the cultures together. They had some like Ethiopian stuff, decor, like whatever, and then they did the Jewish wedding in the temple. They stomped on the glass, bitch. I'm like a quarter Ashkenazi Jewish, so like, can I have a like glass to stomp on? Technically your man gotta stomp on it, but like, can I? That sounds like fun. But yeah, anyways, that's what they were doing, and that's it. It might be the last of them. It might be. I am shocked that they got married though. They are like the least like likely people like in my head who would get married. I was shocked they were even on this season because I thought they had broken up. So mazel. Patrick and Thais are in Florida for the wedding, and they're going out on a boat with Patrick's like friends, and Thais just wanted to like have some like chill time to like work on their issues and like talk things out. But Patrick is like, no, let's party, like it's gonna be our wedding, like whatever. And they go and it looks like fun, but they must have had some like copyrighted music on that they had to take out because they were like dancing and it was awkward because there was no music. So yeah, but it looked like a fun time. I've never been on a yacht party or a yacht. It had like a water slide. Everyone was like jumping in. I was like, shit, I need a rich friend. That's what I need. Thais is like not really feeling like the wedding. I feel like she wants to keep dating Patrick and she wants to get married eventually, but it's just not the time for her. But she wants to be in the United States with him, and that's like the easiest path to citizenship. Not saying she's using him for a green card, just like you can't stay in the United States, you know, that long if you're not a citizen. So yeah, that sucks. And then she's really upset, like she wants her dad's like blessing, and like he's just not gonna give it. Like he doesn't like Patrick, he doesn't want her there. He wants her to marry a Brazilian guy. So that's kind of the situation. They're kind of at like a standstill there, and they're getting married like in the next day. So I feel so bad for her because obviously like she wants to like honor like whatever her dad's saying, but she wants to be with Patrick. So it's like they kind of need more time, but it's kind of on her because she should have only went if she was like 100% certain. So that sucks. I feel bad. And she says that Patrick needs to leave whenever they get married, or not Patrick, John needs to leave whenever they get married, and Patrick is like, whoa, this can't be. Like, I need time, like all this shit. Like, we've lived together. We can't be separated. It's like, boy, you need therapy. You need therapy, and she needs to figure out what she wants, and then you all can get married, but now is not the time. Oh, even Mohammed, this is kind of a tragedy. So on Reddit, there are like text messages that have leaked, and Mohammed has been texting another girl and saying that like she should come to the United States, or he's gonna go to Egypt. I don't know, they're gonna be together, and he's gonna get another sponsor and like all this shit, and he's gonna dump Eve, and like he's saying that he doesn't like watching Theron, and like Theron should go to like daycare for, you know, special needs kids and like all this shit. And like the other like woman is like agreeing, and she's like, fuck Eve, like basically. And Mohammed's saying that she wants him to pay like half of everything, and he's like getting mad about that, even though in Muslim culture, like, wouldn't he be paying for everything? Like, what do you want? You can't just pick and choose, you know? So it's ridiculous because in this episode they get married and Eve looks gorgeous, and her friends are like, I don't know if you should do it, but like, we support you either way. And they're right. Like, she shouldn't have done it. It was a beautiful wedding. They did like the sand like ceremony thing that like blended families sometimes do, and it was just pretty. And Darren and her stepdad walked her down the aisle. And it was just sad because the whole time it's like the texts have like leaked now. It's like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. And Eve hasn't like responded to any of that like text or anything. I don't know if she will, but I hope they split up, because that's not okay. Like, send his ass back, get an annulment. Like, it sucks. Eve, girl. Oh, and her friend was talking about how like she left her man the day before her wedding because she had to love herself, and she was wearing a shirt that says, you love yourself, like blah blah blah. I was like, okay girl, I need to take that message. Jabrie and Mona have got to Joshua Tree. They're at an Airbnb. I kind of want to know where they're gonna stay because they were like kicked out But it seems like they're just at an Airbnb right now in Joshua Tree. So like, are they gonna go back to South Dakota? Are they gonna find an apartment? Like, what are they gonna do? Miona said that they do live in California now, so I don't know if they like moved there officially like shortly after this or like what happened. But anyways, they're at their Airbnb. Then the grandma comes and she's cool. She's our lesbian farmer grandma, now reverend, because she got officiated, so she's gonna do the wedding, and it just seemed cool. And then Jabrie FaceTimes his mom, and she's still like talking about how like, I'm sorry, I can't come. I wish it wasn't like this. She's like, this is because of you, and like you created emotional distance between us and like all this shit. And it's like, but wait, how? You know, if you think about it, it's like, how did he create the emotional distance? Because the whole time he's just been like, this is my fiance, like I want to get married to her, you know, like whatever. And they've been like, oh, I don't think you should do that. So the whole time it was them saying you shouldn't do that, but he was just like, this is her, you know. And Miona hasn't done shit, at least on camera, so I don't know what she's like off camera, but on camera all she does is like sit there and do her makeup and like wear Fashion Nova and Lacoste. Like that's all she does. So I don't know what they're getting at. One time she made some bad noodles, but like that's it. So why, you know, why is that their like reaction? And Jabrie's like, please, you know, come out, do like a flight, like whatever. And they're like, no. It's like, bitch, what? So they suck. They really suck. Because what can you do? Like, what did she do? It was so bad. I think they were just saying, like, they're moving too fast. But that doesn't mean, like, you know, do that to your kid. You know, like, disown them. Very weird. Okay. Last but not least, Emily and Kobe. Basically, they're just, like, having a party. And they're wearing clothes from Cameroon. And Emily's like, everyone's gonna know I'm pregnant, like blah blah blah. And then she gets like non-alcoholic beer. She's like, but I'm gonna have non-alcoholic beer so nobody catches on. But it's like, everybody knows it's non-alcoholic, like it literally says on there. So I don't fucking know what you're getting at. But yeah, and then they get in a big fight because she's like, I don't know if I can marry someone who I'm just now finding out things about. And by just now finding out things about, she means that like he might want to move to Ohio, and now that's like a thing about him, is that he's someone who wants to move to Ohio. Wow, I didn't know that. So that's what's happening. And he's like, but I'm with someone who lies for real and hides things like a whole pregnancy. And she's acting like she's a fucking teen mom too. She's like, my parents can't know, blah blah blah, they can't know, because she wants them to fund her life still. So stupid. I wish the worst. Next episode is just gonna be Thais and Patrick, Bilal and Shida, Emily and Kobe, and then Jabrie and Miona, because that's whoever's left to get married. And I think it's gotta be the finale, so we'll see. So I'm gonna talk real quick about Family Chantel and Love in Paradise, and then I'm gonna skedaddle. So for Family Chantel, it's just really sad, honestly. Sad for everybody except for Winter, low-key. So Pedro and Chantel, Pedro wants to get separated, and Chantel's like really sad about it. And then Winter is getting her groove back, bad girl Winnie, and she's going on another date. This time it was like cooking and everything, and the guy was literally treating it like a job interview, so it didn't work out, but it was mutual. And then Nicole is still like struggling with like if she should be with Alejandro or not, and she was talking about how like she got pregnant and she had a miscarriage, and like now it's like really complicated. She had gone through that alone, and like that's sad. Like I feel for her, but yes, that's it. And then Love in Paradise, Basically, Johan and Danielle are disagreeing about where they want to live. Danielle wants to stay in the Dominican Republic, and Johan wants to go to New York, and like that's a huge issue because they're about to get married. And then Carlos and Valentine, it's someone's birthday. I think it's Carlos's birthday, and like Valentine brings him like dancers, and that was cute. And then Carlos is coming out to his sister, and it was really awkward because his cousin had come out and the family like basically disowned him, so he doesn't want that to happen to him as well. So that's sad. And then Ariana and Charlon are going back to the place where they fell in lust because there ain't no love. She needs to leave. She needs to steer away to the US of A, like Miss Karen said. And that might be everybody. Oh, Danielle and Amber, it was just kind of like, they went to a barbecue, and now Danielle understands him a little bit better. That's it. Sorry I went through it so fast, but that's literally it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back next time with another video.